Okay, so I just finished episode 32 of Blue Lock, newest episode. There's some things I want to go over. Overall, a pretty fun episode, but there is something worth noting that I will get into in this video. So let's just get started with what I got to tell you. All right, first and foremost, let's get all the good stuff out of the way. I thought it was so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it was so funny seeing Sei fly in the middle of a game. In no world in soccer does Sei Itoshi need to be doing a whole somersault between the two defenders. I remember watching this scene with my brother and I was like, bro, Sei did not do this in the manga. But then I double checked and yeah, it was a scene. I just really didn't think that it would be played out like that. I thought it was more like a backspin, not a whole flip, but honestly, whatever. It was for the laughs, super funny and pretty well adapted if I didn't really notice it the first time. And number two, what I want to mention is that the soundtrack for this episode had a major upgrade from last week's episode. Last week's episode, when we were supposed to meet these like menacing defenders that were going to be a huge problem for us, that were going to be used as build-up for more things to come, for some reason we were getting some nice lobby jazz.
わしには見えとるぞそのムーブやっと来たかそのメガネかっこいいどうもおちびちゃん
It really put the whole episode in a weird mood, but either way it delivered. This week's episode had a much better soundtrack. You could actually feel tension, you can actually feel a rush during some of these scenes. Everything that had to go right went right.
おいもう前半30分だクソ兄貴これは愛しさえのゲームじゃない
So overall, pacing was good. Honestly, I feel like the pacing is a little bit too quick, but reading the manga over again, I'm being made aware like it's pretty well paced. Overall, like direction is fine. It's pretty good. Soundtrack was way better than last week. You know, characters and characters clashing all went together super well. So when it comes to actual story and how it moves forward, you can always count for Blue Lock to deliver. Also seeing Isagi trying to hug and celebrate with Rin after scoring, but then falling on his face was super funny. I was laughing a lot.
What's wrong, okay? When I came down.
It really does just show more like character collision and stuff. Super funny. All right, now that all the happy stuff is out of the way, we need to talk about a very big issue. So I actually took the time to count, and would you guys believe me if I told you that only 16 actual scenes were animated in this episode? And I don't mean like 16 scenes with like different characters. I mean literally there were only 16 times I counted where you could see things move and be animated. Obviously for this count, I didn't include hair moving or jersey moving or mouths moving. Obviously I didn't count CGI and I didn't count any of the effects. I'll show you guys right now what I mean, but you guys got to see this for yourselves. Okay, so as you're gonna notice right now, I am being very forgiving. I am including every single scene that is actually animated. As mentioned before, I'm not including scenes where only the jerseys or only the hair move because I think that's pretty cheap. But you can see that I'm including all the times where you see the characters running, moving, interacting, repositioning. Even including the simple shifts and simple running that you see here now. You can see Chigiri already burned through all his animation just like his knee. I mean, even Aiku lifting up his head, I'm including into this. I'm also including the scene where someone in the crowd literally just raises their hand. I'm doing everything I can to forgive this, but it's just so stiff. These are all the scenes I could count. Out of the entire 22-minute runtime, there was only 25 scenes that were actually animated out. It just really hurts watching all this go down because, like I said, I genuinely love this series, but seeing it get this sort of treatment is just hurtful. I wanted this to be a top contender, but you're literally witnessing the downfall of it all. At this point, all I want to see is two crucial scenes get animated well, and for the manga readers, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just sad, you know? it's getting to a point where it just becomes not as exciting to watch it as I thought it would be. We were promised that all the efforts of season 2 was going to be put into the U20 game, but I'm just not seeing it at all. You guys have no idea how tired I'm getting of seeing the same 3 effects over and over again. The darkened background with a highlighted PNG in the middle, or that one action line going right in between 2 characters passing each other, seeing a scene swipe up really quick to a play, and having action lines on the other side to show movement, having every other scene have some sort of aura or smoke effect. I'm essentially just reading the manga with voice actors and coloring. It's really all it is. And I know you guys keep on hearing the same thing about the Blue Lock animation, but it just really hurts because Blue Lock is an amazing series that I genuinely loved. It made me want to play soccer again, and it made me want to get back into watching sports. I have so much merch back here that's just Blue Lock, and it just sucks. It really does suck. You know, I mean, maybe hopefully one day it gets like a One Piece adaptation where things get upgraded, but I just don't see that happening. So please, if you guys do love Blue Lock and you do love the story, I highly recommend the manga. It has essentially the same thing that the anime offers, and the artwork in Blue Lock is amazing. One of the biggest hurdles of why I didn't want to read Blue Lock was because I told myself, oh man, I'm not gonna understand the plays, I'm not gonna be able to watch you know, how everything plays out. I want to see all this stuff get animated. But now what? If that was the main hurdle for you back then, what is it now, you know? But anyway, just to wrap it up, yeah, this week's episode was it was good for what you expect from Blue Lock now. I mean, at this point, I can't really say that I'm watching Blue Lock for the animation. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. But it is becoming a huge issue, and it is bothering me a lot. But we'll see how the story goes. All I can wish for at this point is that they animate that one scene super, super well. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.